influence of these qualities. This same characteristics is also present in the living being, but because he is conditioned by the material nature, even the pleasure potency of the Lord is manifested in the conditioned soul as troublesome. In the material world, the pleasure enjoyed by the conditioned soul is followed by many painful conditions. For instance, we have seen that in our two wars in which were conducted by the Rajaguna, Tamaguna, both parties were actually ruined. The German people declared war against the English to ruin them, but the result was that both parties were ruined. Although the Allies were apparently victorious, at least on paper, actually neither of them were victorious. Therefore, it should be concluded that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is not partial to anyone. Everyone works under the influence of the various modes of material nature, and when the various modes is prominent, the demigods or the demons appears victorious under the influence of these modes. Everyone enjoy the fruits of his qualitative activities. This is also confirmed in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Sarvadvare sudehismin prakasa upajayate. Jnanam jada tada vidyat vivedham sattamityutah. Lobha prabriti आरंभ कर्मणाम असमः स्पृह राजस्येतानि जायन्ति विवृद्धि भरतर्षभ अप्रकाशो प्रवृत्तिश्च प्रमादमहैव च तमस्येतानि जायन्ति विवृद्धि कुरु नन्दन. The manifestation of the modes of goodness can be experienced when all the gates of the bodies are illuminated by knowledge. O Chipa Bharata, when there is an increase in the modes of passion, the symptoms of great attachment, uncontrollable desire, hankering, and the intense endeavor develop. O son of Kuru, when there is an increase in the modes of ignorance, madness, illusion, inertia, the darkness are manifested. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is present in everyone's heart, simply gives the results of the increase in the various qualities, but is impartial. He supervises victory and loss, but he does not take part in them. The victorious modes of the material nature do not work all at once. The interactions of these modes are exactly like seasonal changes. Sometimes there is no increment of Rajaguna, an increment of Rajaguna, sometimes the Tamaguna, sometimes Sattaguna. Generally, the demigods are surcharged with Sattaguna. Therefore, when the demons and demigods fight, the demigods are victorious because of the prominence of their Sattaguna qualities. However, this is not the partiality of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna. First of all, I thank you for giving me the chance of speaking this transcendental message of Sri Krishna. So, we're given this sloka of 7th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam. The 7th canto of Bhagavatam is the conversation between Narada Muni and Yudhishthira Maharaj in the Rajasya Yajna. But before that, while Parikshit Maharaj asked this question to Sukadev Goswami, because in the 6th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, this is the beginning of the 7th canto, in the 6th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, in the course of his listening, Parikshit Maharaj pointed out a sloka. I said why the demigods are always favored by Vishnu, the Supreme Lord, and the demons are always harassed and killed by the Supreme Lord. Why always Vishnu takes the side of the demigods? This was his doubt. Why this doubt came? Because he found that the Diti's son, Daityas, are always killed by Vishnus. Therefore, he asked one question. The Rajubaja Samangpriha Suhud Brahman Bhutanam Bhagavan Swayam. Indrasyarthe Katham Daityan Avadit Vishamo Jatha. Parikshita Maharaj, he had this doubt that actually Krishna, the Supreme Lord, it's someone equal to everyone. Priya is dear to everyone. Surud, the well-wishing friend of everyone. But why is partial to demigods and always inimical to the demons? appears to partial. He favors the demigods and are inimical to the demons. Why is it so? It was not actually doubt of the doubt of Parikit Maharaj, but he put this question just to clear that everyone present with him in that katha in this assembly they may have doubts. There are many rishis, munis. There are many people are there, and also in the material world. Similarly, we sometimes question the behavior of the Supreme Lord. Generally, many people question this: why Krishna is partial to devotees, the demigods, and he kills the demons, punishes the wrongdoers like that. Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, "Paritranaya sadhunam vinasaya cha duskritam." Why is it so? And also she asked the same question again. He said, Nayasyartha suraganehi sakyan nisriyasatmanah Naivasurebhya viddesa naitad nodbegyasya gunasya hi. Well, he said there is no need to showing favor to the demigods because Vishnu has nothing to gain. Why somebody favors someone? Because if I have some interest with you, then I will favor. Natural, I become favorable. So Vishnu he's a Nisriyasatmanaha. Nisriyasatmanaha means who is always blissful, ever blissful. Vishnu is not in the want of anything. He doesn't have any scarcity or anything. He doesn't lack anything. So why he is favorable to the demigods? On the other side, Nodvegas chad gunasya cha. Since he is above this most material nature, there is no fear from the demigods. The fear and the enmity comes when one is in the modes of material nature. But Vishnu is above the modes of material nature. So in this course of answering the question, then Parikita Maharaj said, Sukadeva Goswami said, so see, Vishnu appears to be partial, but actually he is not. He is not. He appears to be partial to whom? Those who are under the modes of material nature. That's just like we. We have this duality where like pleasure and pain, favorable, unfavorable, irreligion. There is always duality in this material world. For us, I'm favorable to you, but I'm inimical to him. He's my own man, this is the others. Always this kind of duality is seen in the material world because they're under the modes of material nature. And the whole creation is created, the whole creation is in the influence of the material nature. In Srimad Bhagavad Gita 18th chapter, Krishna said, Natadasti prithivyangva dividevi shiva punaha. Every bit of our life, even the demigods, Rakshasas, Jakyas, Manavas, Papsarat, everybody is influenced by the material nature. Because the very creation is created by the material nature, the external energy of the Lord. So our situation always changes. Sometimes we are happy, sometimes sad. Any situation you see, always there is a struggle of material nature. When there is a sattva the prominence of sattva so we develop that kind of qualities. And when we are affected by rajaguna, rajor agatmika viddhish trishna sanga samadabhavam. Material desire become intense. We endeavor so hard to become something in society, to show something. And when one is affected by tamaguna, slumber, sloths, I mean so many things like laziness, sleep, and affected by so many things. We cannot be free from the material nature, effect of material nature. And there is always struggle between them. Sattva-guna, Rajaguna, Tamaguna. Rajastamang Chabhibhaya Sattvang Bhavati Bharata. In the three modes of material nature in the 14th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. They always struggle. You cannot hold on to one guna because it's out of our control. Satta rajastama chavivu ya sattam bhavati bharata. Bharata ho Arjuna. Dominating the rajaguna and tamaguna, sometimes the sattaguna becomes prominent. And it said rajastama rajasattam tamasaiva tamasattam rajastatha. Sometimes dominating the sattaguna tamaguna, raja becomes prominent. Sometimes dominating the sattaguna rajaguna, tama becomes prominent. In this way, there is always a constant struggle. Constant struggle. So everybody, we are all like they're like dolls, like the puppeteer dancing the dolls. Similarly, we're all like a dancing doll in the hands of the three modes of material nature. Everybody, even the devatas, the sages, everybody. So in this seventh canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, especially it is mentioned how, due to the influence of the Sattaguna, Rajaguna, Tamaguna, we have this desire to become something, to have something. Uti means Vasana. There are 10 symptoms of Srimad Bhagavatam. Seventh canto is Uti. Uti means Vasana. Vasana means like Utischa Vasana Prakta Tattat Karmanusarena. What is Vasana? We say Kamana, Vasana. Kamana is the gross form of Vasana. Vasana means like, very subtle form of desire. Just like in the morning, we had this scent on our hands and Nushingarati. It's still smelling, but there is no scent. It's still smelling. Similarly, after engaging in the different activities under the modes of material nature, in the long run, we develop a vasana. Just like I am a brahmachari, for example. Many brahmacharyas there are there in ashram. We have no wife, practically not so much wealth, just few pieces of clothes, just a place to stay, have some prasad, that's all. But still, in the heart, full of desire for material desire. I want to get married, I want to have child, I want to have wealth, I want to become something. But like apparently I'm nothing. I have nothing. But vasana is there. It is very difficult to get rid of that vasana. That subtle form of the desire. Very difficult. আর কবে নিতাই চাঁদের করুণা হইবে সংসার বাসনা মোর কবে তুচ্ছ হবে. Apparently, we may have been maybe somebody is living in the Himalayas cave or in the forest, have practically nothing, but underneath the like deep down in the heart there is strong desire to enjoy the world. It is very difficult to give up. Very difficult. That is why we are under the modes of material nature. Everybody. They said in the Srimad Bhagavatam, while Brahma is praying, Lord Krishna, before the creation, because Vishnu instructed him to create the material world, especially the living entities. Then Brahma is praying, why should I create? Because nobody is interested in you. People are always, the living entities are always guided by their desire to enjoy the world. Ahanya pratartha karana nisayana nana manaratodhiya kshana bhagna nidra दैव पार्थ रचना ऋषयोपि देवा जुस्मत् प्रसंग विमुखमिह संसरन्ति. He said, Ahani apratartha karana nisayana, 24 hours a day. Lots of desire. Lots of desire, always coming up to get satisfied. And we act according to the vasanas, everybody. And they are propelled, they're like pushed by the material nature. Whenever we find some favorable circumstances, immediately the vasanas come up. Immediately come up. Maybe we are performing a devotional service, chanting, singing, all these things. Still, the vasana is still there. Cannot get rid of this. Ahani apratartha karana nishini sayana. He's speaking, Brahma is speaking about the conditioned souls. Apratartha karana manoratha, nana manoratha. Manoratha means desires, several form of desires. Nana means millions of desires. One is satisfied, another takes its place. Another is satisfied, five desires takes its place. So in this way, one cannot get rid of it. Maybe he says, Daiva hatat rachanat rosopi deva jusmat prasang. Even if he may be a great rishis or great saints or anybody else, unless he's a pure devotee of Krishna, there's no way of getting rid of this desire. And we are here for satisfying desire. We are here, everybody. Even we are in spiritual life, still lots of desires. Aneka asesa kamana hridi majhe mor krodhidamba parayana. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said. Unless there is a pure love of Krishna in the heart, you cannot get rid of these vasanas or kamanas under any circumstances. So he said, this because of this vasana, people are conditioned here. But he has said, it said that Krishna is why it's the Barikita Maharaj, why it's sometimes favorable to them or the demigods and unfavorable to demons. Now, actually, Krishna is not Krishna is Krishna himself, the Bhagavan Krishna, the original personality of Godhead, Govinda. He is actually partial to the devotees, but Paramatma is impartial. Krishna has like it. Prabhupada said, the Badanti Tatat Vidas Tattam, the Jnanam Abhyam Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavaniti Sabdate. Brahma and Paramatma, they are impartial, but Krishna is partial. Aham Bhakta Paradhina Yasatantraiva Dvija. And we have connection with what? Not with Krishna. Paramatma Vaibhava, Jiva. Jiva means material, living entities. They are connected to Paramatma, not Krishna. Krishna is not in our heart. Paramatma is in our heart. He is in our heart. He is in the heart of an elephant. He is in the heart of an ant. He is in the heart of everybody has connection with Paramatma, not Krishna. Hmm? Hmm? Yes, Janardhan. Yes, he's connected to Paramatma. That's a Paramatma is impartial, but Krishna is always partial to devotees. It says, so as long as the living entity is under the material nature, the Krishna has nothing to do with him. Sometimes he comes and also its devotee sends his devotee just to make him aware of his original identity. But if he doesn't take that instruction, take the association, the advantage of that association of the sadhus, there's no way of understanding the Krishna. We can at best by meditation, or sometimes you can get like can reach up to the Paramatma, but not Krishna. Krishna is given by a sadhu to is when one practice the pure devotional service under the guidance of a pure devotee, then he can have the association of Krishna. Otherwise, not only Paramatma. And Paramatma is impartial. Is impartial. But he said, appears to be partial due to the modes of material nature. Appears to be partial to whom? Those who are under the modes of material nature. The Krishna favors the demigods and the inimical to us the demons. Appears to be partial, but actually it is done by the modes of material nature. And the previous sloka it said, when the sattva is at prominent states, then I increase the power of the demigods. So demigods become victorious, and demigods are not always victorious. Sometimes demons also become the controller of the universe. Bali Maharaj become the controller of the universe, demons. And when the Rajagun is prominent, the demigods, the demons become victorious. When Tamagun is prominent, then the Jaksha Rakshasa. Now you can take an example, the current situation. Now, if you follow the path of religion, truth, righteousness, you will suffer like anything. That's why most people are taking the path of wrong path. Like, okay, you can cheat, you can bribe, you can take anything, and you can flourish. Now the situation right there because the is the prominence of the Rajaguna. If a man endeavor hard, work hard, that's like the corporate company, they demand so many things and you work hard, you're lots of like millions of rupees, you can have money, you can have house, wife, everything, you can go west, everything you can go. Because this is the modes of Rajaguna. Rajo Ragatmika Buddhi, Trishna Sanga Samadbhava. Trishna Sanga, lots of hankering. I want to become someone. Just like they're promoting encouraging people to become someone in the modern world. If you have learning, if you are austere, you have self-control, you're righteous, following the path of religion, you will have nothing in the world right now. It's because of the prominence of the Rajaguna and Tamaguna. Prominence. You cannot become. You follow the path of religion. Become sattvic. You will fail in every step of the way. In every endeavor make, you will fail. It's not Krishna's desire. It's because of the prominent of Rajaguna, Tamaguna. That's like there is always a constant struggle. In Sattva Yuga, there was prominence of Sattaguna. Those who are sadhus, follow the path of religion, righteous, learned, austerities, the austere, they were given importance. But now it is not. It's Kali Yuga. वित्तमेव कलौनृणाम जन्माचार गुणोदयः धर्म न्याय व्यवस्थायं कारणं बलमेव हि. The future of the Kali Yuga is given in the 12th canto Srimad Bhagavatam. If you have money, you can have anything. The justice, the religion will be in your favor. You will be a prominent man in the prominent man in the society. Everything can have. So it said in this way. But the thing is, we have to, whether one becomes Sattaguna, okay, Sattaguna, sadhu, saints, everything, you can have a good life, you can have respect, everything. And when the Rajaguna dominates, you have no value, and Tamaguna dominates. In this way, there are always a constant struggle, but we don't have anything to do with these gunas. So anyway, you have to have this guna and establish the level of Shuddha Sattva. That's what we're being taught here in Shuddha Bhakti. We're being taught how to get rid of this guna. Because unless you are like get rid of this material nature, there's no way. Because sometimes the demigod, like saints and sages, they will have some prominence, they will have some importance, then they'll lose them. But in this way, the struggle will go on eternally. But Krishna said, Traigunya Visayaveda Nistraigunya Hava Arjuna. If you want to be happy in a constant steady state, you have to get over this modes of material nature. But as long as one is under the modes of material nature, he will definitely be affected by this modes of the force of these modes. Krishna boli se jiva bhoga vancha kare. Krishna bole se jiva भोग वांछा करे निकटस्थ माया तरे जापटे आधार निकटस्थ माया तरे जापटे आधार नित्य बंध कृष्ण हईते नित्य बहिर्मुख नित्य बंध कृष्ण हईते नित्य बहिर्मुख नित्य संसार भुंजे नरकादि दुख नित्य संसार भुंजे नरकादि दुख कृष्ण बोली सही जीव भगवांछा करे. When the jiva, the living entity in the conditioned state, he always desires to enjoy the world. May he's the demigod body or in the insect body. Everybody is trying to enhance with his capacity to enjoy the world. And nikadastha mayatare japati adhare. When one develops the desire to enjoy the world, the Maya, the powerful, the external energy of the Lord, immediately captures him. Daivisa gunamai mama Maya duratyaya. Maya means totally confused, and his real identity is completely concealed. And he himself thinks that I am the product of Maya. I am this, that, I'm Indian, I'm American, I'm male and female, I'm this, that. So many designations, countless designations. Nikatastha Mayatari Japa, then when you accept some designations, then you have to work according to the designation. You claim you are a father, then you have responsibility for the children. If you claim you're an officer, you have some duties to the office. You claim yourself an Indian, so you have duty for the India. In this way, countless designations and countless duties and responsibility. Nikadastha Mayatare, Japati Adare. Maya is like air. Air means air is everywhere, sky is everywhere. It's there always with everyone. As soon as one develops the desire to become something to enjoy the material world, immediately captured by Maya. Nitya bandha kusnaita nitya vahirmukha nitya sansar hunja narakadi dukha. In this way, according to the designation, according to desires, we act. So again, you go to narka, again come back, go to the go to the demigod's planet. Then you come back. In this way, in this material world, is like a moving around from up to the down, moving around. Kabhu sargya, kabhu marta, narakeva, kabhu deva, kabhu daitya, kabhu dasa prabhu. Sometimes go to the upper planetary system, sometimes go to the lower planetary systems. In this way, he moves around all over the universe and from the time immemorial. Sometimes become demigod, just like demigods we read in the slokas. Like a demigod, sometimes become asura, sometimes become insect, sometimes man, sometimes raja, sometimes the citizens. In this way, moving around all over the world. Countless living entities in the universe. Nityabadha Kusnahaita Nitya Bahirmaka. It's because of his forgetfulness of Krishna. Forgetfulness of his real identity, Nitya Sansara Bhunja. Sansara means material existence. Bhunja means enjoy. He's given the chance to enjoy the material world in his own way. That what's the consequences? Sei dose maya pisache danda kare tare. Sei dose maya pisache danda kare tare. आध्यात्मिका दे तापत्र तारे जारी मारे आध्यात्मिका दे तापत्र तारे जारी मारे. Because of this mistake, this rebellious mind against Krishna to become someone here to enjoy the world, ei dose maya pisachi danda kare tare. Everybody is being punished by Maya. Everybody is punished. Even the demigods are punished. Everybody is being punished because he wants to enjoy, but he is unable to understand the simple fact: I'm forgetful of Krishna. That is why I'm being punished by so many harassments. How? Adhyatmika, Adidaivika, Adibhutika, like this. And Janma Mritu Jarabhati. In this tapatre tare jari mare. Always constantly in anxiety because of this forgetfulness of Krishna. And in this way, when by chance, if has some good fortune, he meets the devotee, then he gets his real identification. Just like we have identification of there's some Aadhaar card, yours, the passport, all this identification we have. Similarly, get the identification. Otherwise, in moving around all over the universe in different species, countless countless species and countless like the from the time immemorial, untraceable time. Well, you are in Bangalore now, then you will live here. Then, after some time, you quit the body, go to Odisha, then go to Siberia, then go to Amazon, then become king. Then there is no certainty. In this one, in the course of his journey, if somehow or other, by good fortune, he finds a good devotee, like a devotee from the spiritual world. एरूपे ब्रह्मांड भ्रमिते कौन भाग्यवान जन साधु संगे निज तत्व अवगत हन. In this course of his moving around, if someone by chance or by his good fortune meets a devotee, a person from Vaikuntha, then with this association, the Vaikuntha man informs him, hey, you don't belong here, man. You belong to Vaikuntha. Why are you suffering like this? एवरीपे ब्रह्मांड भ्रमित कौन भाग्यवान जन साधु संगे निज तत्व अवगत हन. Then he realizes his own identification, his identity. He belongs to Vaikuntha. That's why Srila Prabhupada has given us this good fortune associating with the devotees. In ISKCON, specifically in this parampara, nothing. Only given the only information is being given to the conditioned soul. Here, you come and you are the spirit soul, the part and parcel of the Paramatma, and you have an eternal loving relationship with Krishna. Just understand this, everything will be fine. That's why given the instruction like this, in information like this. It is only it can be known in the association of devotee. Otherwise, the whole world is full of miseries, nothing else, and everybody is struggling so hard. How to enjoy Maya in its own capacity? Everybody trying. We have different kind of goals, different kinds of objectives to achieve. In this way, the whole world is everybody is severely harassed, tortured by Maya. Still, he cannot have this realization. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur said, even if one is harassed and tortured by Maya so severely for millions of lifetimes, still he cannot realize that he is spirit soul. Still he cannot realize it is Dukkhaya Masashata. We speak about this in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna said, Dukh Mama Pitta Punarjanma Dukhalaya Masashata. But how many actually realizes that? No, hardly anyone. Not everyone can realize that. Everybody cannot realize this because Maya gives the troubles, gives the miseries. The next moment, she makes us forget. After I can give a small example. Somehow or other, my hand is cut off by some accident. You will become sad, too much worried about it only for 15, 10 days or 1 month. Then gradually you will forget everything. After 1 year, you don't feel that I had a hand. You see, every type of miseries that we have already gotten in our life, any type of miseries, after sometimes we forget. That's called forgetfulness. If he always become conscious, then he cannot become happy here. That's why you know, to people are engaged in different kind of activities is because to forget the real situation. Just like someone is watching cinema, to forget the world. Someone is some WhatsApp or something to forget the world. Always we are trying to forget the situation so that we can be happy. So it said, no matter, never mind how much he tortured, suffered by Maya, still he cannot realize that his own identity. He said, unless when it's the renunciation, the detachment for the world will never arise unless he has a saintly association. Vairagya will never arise. Saint association is necessary. Once There was a sadhu. He had a disciple. A small ashram in the middle of the forest. The sadhu, the guru, will send his disciple for begging alms. The disciple every morning after this Mangalarati, all this morning program is done, he would go out in the forest, go out in the nearby villages, and he would beg some alms. But he has been doing this for years. He said, Gurudev, I came here for spiritual knowledge, but I'm doing all seva, but I'm not getting any spiritual advancement. But I can, and you see, always the material world is full of miseries and troubles, but I don't realize anything. Then once Gurudev, okay, you take this glass, give him a glass, a chasma. You put it on and go to make some alms and mind it. If you can see anyone as a human being, you take look like human being, then you can get some donation. Otherwise, not. You understand what I'm talking about? He said, putting on the glass, if you see someone as human being, look like human being, then you get the donation from him. Otherwise, no. If it doesn't look like human being, don't get any. Get anything like some. The disciple in the early in the morning, he finished his morning program, then put on the glass, went out to village, different villages. Then morning went by, then noon came, but he could not beg anyone to anything. No arms, nothing, no vikya. And he's moving around one village after another, one village after another. Then afternoon came because he couldn't see anyone as human being. After putting on this glass, you see everyone is an animal. Because everyone is engaged in ahara nidra bhayamaithana. That doesn't look like human being. So when early in the evening he came back. And after all, like in this way, and then she's moving around. The he found one house where the husband and wife were there. They look like human being. She got some donation, some rice or something. Then got back to ashram. Then Guru said, "What took you so long? Why was so late? It's already almost evening." Then he said, you gave me this glass. Nobody looked like human being. Everybody's like animal. And last I found two, like one husband and wife. They look like human. So I got some rice and all. That means Guru Sadhu give you this vision to see the world. Shastra Chakshushaha. Just like I can see it properly, but when I put the glass, I can see properly. Very clear. Similarly, through Shastra. Shastra Chakshu. Putting on this Shastra Chakshu, this glass, you can see the world. It's nothing. Ahara Nidra Bhayamaithunanja. Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. Otherwise, one cannot be interested in spiritual life. Unless you have the association of saintly persons, you cannot be Krishna cannot be interested. No interest, practically no interest. One has to follow the prescribed rules and regulations of spiritual principles, religious principles, in order to rise up to the platform of knowledge. Because by knowledge and devotion, only one can get liberated from the clutches of Maya. तितिक्षया करुणया मैत्रा चाखिल जन्तुषु समत्वेन च सर्वात्मा भगवान संप्रसीदति. Only Krishna will give you that vision through the Vaishnava sadhu when one follows the religious principles. Just as Srila Prabhupada gave us the regulative principles, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, it's so that we can develop a vision to see Maya. Otherwise, you cannot see Maya. Maya means covering potency. We can see when we go. Suppose before we used to go to cinema movie, big screen cinema hall, INOX, what they say, I don't know. Big cinema, and so when you're sitting as an audience, you see what? Nice house, nice woman, this town, village, many things. When there's tragedy, you cry. When there's comedy, you laugh. You emotion because you don't see what's going on behind the screen. Nothing but touch the only the screen. There is no woman, no house, no America, nothing inside. Similar, the world is like a cinema. Audio, visual effects. It sounds like so nice and looks nice, but actually it is not nice. It's not nice. It sounds like nice. Oh, he's a very big man. He lives in America, lots of money, big house, Mercedes Benz, nice wife. It feel nice. Sounds nice, but it is not actually. It is like a display of influence three modes of influence of material nature. You cannot see until you have the saintly association. Kutrasisa Suti Sukha Mrugatrusnirupa. This is Prahlad Maharaj while praying. Nrsingadev. Kutrasisa Suti Sukha Mrugatrusnirupa. In the desert, you find in the distance there's a lakes of water. But in desert, there is no water. Only mirage. It looks like water. Similar, the worlds look like, or the world looks like some very pleasurable, comfortable. Everybody having fun. Everybody having fun. Kutrasisa sudisukha murgatrusnirupa kvedang kale paramasesa rujang viroha. We're planning here to become happy. Why? Because of this body. My body is strong, fit, young. Then I can enjoy. I can go anywhere I like. I can do anything I like. But this is a full of disease. The body is full of kutrasiso sutisukha smrugatrusnirupa kvedang kalebarang masesa rojang. Masesa means unlimited countless disease inside the body. And when the body is weak and invalid and the body is diseased, there is no pleasure in the world. Suppose the doctor says I have blood cancer. You have only 2 months to live. Everything becomes bitter. Money, wife, children, America, everything bitter. Because of the body, the world looks like very pleasurable. Kutrasi sahasute sukha mrugatrusni rupa. When Prahlad Maharaj, Nrsimhadev offered the benediction, okay, Prahlad, what do you want? No, I don't want anything. I saw my father lying dead. He was the emperor of the three universe, like the entire universe. I saw it meaningless. The material pleasure is meaningless. Kvedang kalebaramase sarojang biroha nirvidyate natu jano jadapite vidwan kamanalang madulabe samayandurape nirvidyate natu jano jadapite vidwan. Even if one is very learned, very scripturally, very powerful, very expert, good amount of world experience, very powerful, still is a fool. Why? He cannot understand the simple truths. Still he endeavor here so hard to become happy. Look like the scientists, the philosophers, the politicians, industrialists, everybody working so hard. Why? To become happy. And the fool doesn't know the world is full of miseries. Nirvidyate natujano jadapiti vidwan. In spite of having lots of experiences, still the person cannot understand this is the miserable world unless he has a saintly association. I can give a small example. Sometimes we see the doctors like cardiologists. Cardiologist means who does operation on this heart. Like suppose I have some heart disease, I go to the cardiologist. He opens up the heart, he opens up the body, and see what exactly in the. We don't see the body. We just see the only the outer external vision, but he sees inside pancreas, intestine, only blood. flesh, mucus, biles, all these things. He could have become a very renunciant because he sees the truths. Just like like man loves a woman and woman loves a man because of this outer external appearance. But if you see the one side, oh, horrible. Yes, but you see the cardiologist charges 5,000 rupees for visits. Who sees every day opens the body, at least 4 or 5 body every single day, doing the operation. He could have become a very great saint because he sees the reality. But no, strong attachment to the word. Nirvidyate jatuna natu jano jadapiti vidva. In spite of seeing in your own eye, experience the world. Misery is still you cannot understand this unless you are favored by a greatly spiritual master. Kamanalang madulabe samayan durape because of the strong desire to enjoy the world. It's so deep rooted. It's so settled in the heart of the living entity. In spite of being tortured by harassed by Maya in so many ways, in so countless lives, she still cannot realize this thing. This world is full of miseries and troubles. So that is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sent Raghunath Das was go Gostira Hayangur Heja Navu Batula. क्रमे क्रमे जीव पाए भव सिंधु खोला मर्कट वैराग्य ना कर लोक देखानिया जथायोग्य विषयभुंज अनासक्त है go back home but be Krishna conscious stay in your home then just like lead a ordinary like common and ordinary life but at the same time becomes Krishna conscious realize your own identity. Stay in home with the midst of enjoyment still unattached because you see the reality. But how can you do that? Every day we have to hear Srimad Bhagavatam from the lips of a spiritual master and sadhus. Then it will keep you aloof from the world. Even in spite of being in the midst of the enjoyment in the family life and in the society, still you will remain indifferent, aloof. Padma Patramibham Bhasha. Otherwise, Maya is bewildered. Very bewildering. It shows the shelter as unsheltered. Pleasure at pain and pain and pleasure. Similar, the totally complete different kind of effect. Audio visual effect like that. So तितिक्षया करुणया मैत्र्या च खिलजन्तुषु समत्वेन च सर्वात्मा भगवान संग प्रसीदते. Titiksha means tolerating any kind of situation, maybe pleasure, pain. Krishna said a lot about this in Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. Dukheshu anudvignamana sukeshu vigata spruha vitaraga bhaya. Only try to tolerate. Arjuna tried to be tolerant. Tang titikshasya bharata. Then what shall I gain if I tolerate? Become knowledgeable. You gain the knowledge that you are spirit soul, and at the same time, the world is a miserable place, not fit for today's any gentleman to live in. This realization will come only by tolerating any situation. Titikshaya karunaya maitra cha akhiladantoshu samatena sarvatma bhagavan samprint Krishna becomes satisfied, he becomes happy. Once Krishna is actually satisfied, संप्रसन्न भगवती पुरुषः प्रकृते गुणे विरक्तो जीवनिर्मुक्त ब्रह्म निर्वाण मृच्छति. When Krishna is satisfied once, then he can visualize Maya's power. Otherwise, everybody is bewildered. Everybody, even the sadhus, saints, everybody is bewildered. Maya is too strong. Once Srila Prabhupada was giving class in America, then Prabhupada, before the class begins, Srila Prabhupada would pray like this for a long time. Then one devotee asked Prabhupada, you are a pure devotee, what's the need of praying so long? Prabhupada said, because I can see Maya. And you are not praying because you can't see it. Just like small baby. The baby is there, one very cobra is right beside him. He doesn't care because he doesn't know what cobra is. He doesn't know what is the how dangerous it is. But we are very much aware of them. We know what is a cobra. We become fearful. We scream out. Similarly, the people are happy because they don't know how dangerous Maya is. But the devotee is always praying, chanting, very serious in Krishna consciousness because he can see Maya. So this, and we are every single we are told how to get rid of this Triguna Maya and established in the Shuddha Sutta platform, pure goodness, which is never affected by the material moods. That is called Krishna consciousness. 24 hours, otherwise 24 hours they were in under the just like under CCTV surveillance, like we're under the surveillance of Maya all the time. As soon as you desire, develop a desire to enjoy the world, immediately Maya Tare Japati Adhar captured by Maya. So I think I stop here. If anybody has any question or something, I'll try to answer. It's already time, right? Yes. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. What? What situation? What means I? Yes. Huh? Yeah, that's natural since this is ups and downs and failure and success. Sometimes we're success when we're sadhana is okay, we're following instruction, we're success, avoiding sense gratification, but most of the time we fail. It's because it's the Prabhupada said falling in Maya is completely voluntary. It's not that that it's automatic. It's voluntary. Voluntary. You choose Maya. Just like when somebody else attracted by some material pleasure, and since we are chanting and listening Bhagavatam, before that's when the situation like this arises, we get the intelligence first, isn't it? Don't do it. Don't do it. We get the intelligence. But before you came to Krishna consciousness, such intelligence wouldn't be there. Just we like it, do it. Isn't it? I become angry, immediately I slap him. I become so lusty, immediately I try to satisfy it. But when chanting and devotee association, Bhagavatam, first gives you the intelligent Krishna. Okay, don't do it. But if your sadhana is not that strong, you get the intelligence, but you cannot use it. If sadhana is strong, no, you need two things. That's called buddhi and shakti. Shakti buddhi na amiyati dina karamare atmasat. Otherwise, you cannot conquer Maya. Maya is very tricky. You have to be more clever than Maya by taking shelter of Krishna. We need buddhi. Buddhi means intelligence. At the same time, we need shakti. We get intelligence because of lack of sadhana, lack of faith in Guru Vaishnava Acharya. We cannot use the intelligence. We know it. And we have strong faith and sadhana is act according to the instruction, then we get strength, intelligence and strength. Unless strength and intelligence both are required, only intelligence won't work. We need strength to get rid of Maya. It's completely voluntary. Yes, sometimes we become success, sometimes failure, ups and downs. You cannot expect there's a single endeavor will be success. No. But in this we should continue. Still Krishna is watching, Guru is watching. He may be failure, but still you're watching. No, he will come out success one day. In this, as long as you don't commit Vaishnava para, then this ups and downs will be there. Still will be able to get rid of it. You understand what I'm talking about? This will be there. This failure and success. They will go on. Just like Gajendra was pulling the crocodile under the crocodile was pulling down in the water. This pull and push and the pushing and pulling, this went on for 1000 years, unless Krishna helped. So Prabhupada in that purport, Prabhupada said in this we are doing we performing this devotional service in the world of Maya, wrong place and wrong time, in the age of Kali and in the place of Maya. So how do you expect a one success in one endeavor? This will go on, but we should constantly stay in the association and listen to the Bhagavad. Listening will have a very much more great effect in fighting with Maya. Okay. Okay, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Not impersonal, impartial, yes. Yeah. Impersonal, impartial, yeah. Sometimes the Prabhupada used the like a supreme personality of Godhead in many occasions, different contexts to refer different things. Sometimes he referred to Paramatma, the supreme personality of Godhead. Sometimes Krishna himself, the supreme personality of Godhead. She used the same phrase to different contexts, different. But actually, Krishna said in Bhagavatam, "Aham bhakta paradina hi satantra iva dvija." By Durvasa, you said, "I am independent. I am not independent. I am dependent on my. I am take side of my devotees." But Paramatma, Krishna said in Namedasyasti Namapriya Samahang Sarvabhuteshu. That means according to the Paramatma feature, Krishna is impartial. Even if you don't, this Paramatma, if you don't become a devotee, still he will give you, feed you. Still will give you the sunlight. Still give you become a demon or a atheist, still he will maintain you. And if you become a devotee, he will maintain you. But Je Bhajanti Tumang Bhaktya. Maite Tesu Chapyam. But those who are devotees, I have special favor for them. But as Paramatma, I'm equal to everyone. Atheist, demons or demigods, I'm equal. But Pilasra Prabhupada use that phrases in same phrases and different because always Brahma, it sounds very not so good. That's why Srila Prabhupada use this the Supreme Lord Supreme Personality of God in any every occasion. But actually the means different. Yeah. When the devotee is according to Guru's intention, because Guru is the Paramatma's personal feature, Guru. The same Paramatma who is speaking inside in our heart, but we can't listen it. When it comes as Guru, Naimatma na pravachanena labhya vibrunate tanushram. Then when somebody is very much eager to become Krishna conscious, that then Paramatma comes as Guru. Then when listens to Guru, then Krishna takes favor of him. Otherwise not. Otherwise he's like anybody else. Anybody else means he's just like you are like nobody to him. He favors the demons and also favors you. But when you become devotee and follow the Guru's instruction, then Krishna becomes favor because you have a master. You understand? I say. But Prabhupada used those phrases in different, but same phrases in different situation. Paramatma doesn't sound very good all the time. That's why he said supreme. Anyway, Brahmeti Paramatmi Bhagavan Sabdate. The original personality is the supreme personality. He manifests himself in three different features. That's why he used the supreme personality of God in every occasion. Sometimes like Paramatma or Brahma he uses, but actually he uses personality of God. Yeah, in not in Bhagavad Gita, but it has a sloka in Jiva Paramatma Vaibhava. In Sanskrit, it said Vaibhav means the expansion of Paramatma, not Bhagavan. Bhagavan Krishna is exclusive of gopis. No, he belongs to no one. We are following a gopi method, like a gopi, the parampara or gopi parampara. That's why we are connected to Krishna. Otherwise, Krishna only belongs to gopi, not everyone. Only Paramatma has connection with Jiva. It is there, but I don't know the slokas, but it is there. Paramatma Vaibhava. I only part of the slokas. I know. Paramatma Vaibhava. Vaibhava means expansion, the property. Jiva is Paramatma's property, not Krishna's property. Directly has no connection with Krishna. Only Krishna belongs to gopis, Radhika. When you connected with gopis, then you have connection with Krishna. Otherwise, no, Paramatma. Just like yogis, they meditate, they can reach up to Paramatma, no Krishna. Narayana, Vaikuntha, up to that, but you have to become a follower of gopis to go to Golok Vrindavan. That's just Prabhupada gave us, like that's the Parampara gave us. I hope you got something. I'm not very good at explaining this. Yeah, and the Paramatma in the beginning, since we're in the conditioned state, we're not pure state. Paramatma is guiding. Mm, yes, Paramatma is guiding, do this, do that, like this. And when one surrendered to a pure spiritual master, the same Paramatma guides outward, externally. But when spiritual master is gone, you have no one, but you are still following him, Chaitya Guru, inside. He would guide. Otherwise, without the guidance of Paramatma, no one can go back home, back to Godhead. Because you will commit mistake, influence of material nature. Once is well situated in the Suddha Sattva platform, just like Shivaji said, Sattang Vishuddhang Vasudeva Sabditang Jadi Yate Tatra Puman Apabrata. He asked to he told to Parvati. He says, Sattang Vishuddhang Vasudeva Sabditang. Parvati, you said you told me I should respect your father, but I respect every living entity because I see Krishna in everyone's heart. Jadi yate tatra na punam pumana babrata. In the Suddha Sattva state, one sees Krishna everywhere. And Krishna cannot hide himself. We have different feelings, just like a lady, woman, man, this box, this fan, this, then we see anything. We have different feelings. I love my daughter exactly not I love a tree. The same exact similar love. It's not similar love. Just like I love this writing, I love this table, I love my mother. The same love. We have different feelings because we don't see the Paramatma everywhere. We have different feelings. I like Rasgulla, I hate cow dungs. Love, liking and disliking. I love my mother, I don't like that woman. Liking, dislike. Do we have different feeling because we cannot see Paramatma? But Shiva says, Saptang Vishuddhang Vishuddhe Vasudeva Sabdetam. Parvati, you said like I should respect your father, but I respect every single living being because I see Paramatma everywhere. That's a Vishuddha Sattva state. That's a, yeah. Yeah, that's a different level. That's spiritual differentiation. That's a different that distinction is in spiritual, that's a transcendental platform. But in the material platform, this distinction are under the modes of material nature. Yes. Yeah, association of material nature. Just like I'm doing some activities. I'm one time you smoke a cigarette. You're not habitual smoker. You 13 years every single day 20 cigarettes. Then you cannot give it up. Similar that develop a basana inside. Mhm. Mhm. The hope means this the Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita. Uh, yeah, in spite of all these basanas, kamanas, huh, that's the process given. That means we are conditioned like in every situation. Even if we are devotees, still we have condition, so much conditioning. But where is the hope? Yes, yes, yeah. All only hope is that Bhakti Vinod Thakur said in prayer. Bharasa amar matra karuna tomar. अहेतु की से करुणा बेदर विचार कर्म नाही ज्ञान नाही कृष्ण भक्ति नाही तबे बोल किरूपे कृष्ण श्रीचरण पाए भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर इन प्रेयर ओनली क्राई दैट्स only hope is bharasa means hope karuna tamar only your mercy nothing else and mercy comes to those who are crying if you're satisfied okay I did my chanting I get to mangalarati I'm 30 years devotee that means you are satisfied you are content this will be this is the greatest stumbling block on the path of devotional service dissatisfied just like someone "Oh, I have 3 crores of rupees am I satisfied I need more I need more so we put invest money on different like how to get more money similarly one should be decided gurudev used to say Gauragovinda Sai Maharaj Gurudev one should be restless unless one attend that platform restless just like cannot see up sleep at night just like someone is a big like he has a big family to maintain he needs money children need something to lots of money required so he's restless can't sleep at night similarly one should be restless but we have a very wrong conception okay I'm a devotee I did this seva I'm very capable that means very slow progress restless and how can I be restless associate with those who are dissatisfied devotees find that kind of devotees otherwise not otherwise okay I did my service I did I'm very regular going to mangalarati I did this that this so naturally become contented complacency comes and when complacent no progress like that yes according to find something how to move ahead okay जय श्रीमद भागवतम की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद श्रील गुरुदेव की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंद हरे हरे